G'day one, g'day all, welcome to the Collingwood SuperCoach Preview Classic version. Of course, draft stuff is right around the corner as well. Can't wait to get stuck into that. But if you enjoy the video, please click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click those bell notifications. 3 SuperCoach previews a week for the next 5 weeks. Adelaide, Brisbane and Carlton are already done. Those links are in the description. If you haven't checked those out already, please do so after this video ends. But let's talk about the Pies. The Pies are a really interesting team this year, SuperCoach-wise, because on paper, they should have a few rookies available because they're not a very good team and they need to inject some youth. But with Craig McRae coming in, does he lean on some veterans and can we get some value there? All that and more to be discussed. As always, there is a best pick, a watch list, a no chance, and a cash cow on every line. Let's start with the defense. Let's get stuck straight into it. So like always, best pick up first, and here's the Rory Laird of last year, and that is Jack Crisp. One of best and fairest playing in the midfield, can go to halfback if need be. Gets the ball, uses it okay. He's not the best kick in the world, but when you average 112 in the last 9 weeks, you've got the DPP. You're able to find the footy, meters gain specialist. This man is better than the steak knives that he was promised as. A fantastic player. The Rory Laird of 2022, I didn't have Rory Laird in 2021 at any stage, which was a vicious mistake. I won't be making the same mistake twice. Jack Crisp is in my team and he will not leave it unless he gets a massive injury. He shouldn't leave yours either, in my opinion. He's the best pick for a reason. The man is a star. Now, players can get on the watch list for a number of reasons. This is a watch because of the injury history. He averaged 94.5 in the first month, more injuries hit, and Jeremy Howe definitely is one to watch. If he's fully fit for round 1, my golly gosh, does he present value at that price. We know he can go big. We know he's got beautiful hands, he's a great kick, and he's so mobile. Fingers crossed he hasn't lost a lot of that mobility to injury. If he has, his scores are going to get affected quite a bit. But I'm holding out hope, and if he is fit for round 1, he's going to be beating the door down. If he plays the Marsh Community game and he scores well, it's going to be hard to leave him out of the team, I think. This man played 13 games last year. Now, I know what you're thinking, Daz. He was trialled as a forward and that won't happen again. I know, but 6 scores under 81 playing 13 games isn't cutting the mustard, and Darcy Moore's not going anywhere near my team in 2022. Even if he does go down back again, there are going to be better options than him to start your team. And because his break-even's going to be manageable in the first few weeks, he's not going to gain that much in price, even if he does start like a house on fire. In which case, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to bring him in either. So, as far as the preseason goes, he's a genuine no chance. There are better options around his price. And this is a year that Darcy might end up leaving the Pies. So, the question does become, does he go and earn that contract somewhere else? In which case, he has a career best year. Or is his heart not really that much in it? There are too many questions around Darcy that I don't have the answers for. Better options at that price. Moving on. To the cash cow, and I know he needs an injury in order to get into the best 22, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see Charlie Dean pretty early in the season, actually. He's an intercepting key back, so you'd need either Darcy Moore, Jeremy Howe, Jordan Roughhead, sorry, not Jared, Jordan. They would need to go down for Charlie to get a spot, but he was a genuine surprise to fall in the rookie draft, so don't take his selection in that rookie draft as like a kid who was lucky to get a spot. I see that quite a bit on social media. You're an idiot if you think that's how the rookie draft works. Look at some of the best rookie drafted players of all time. Dale Morris and Brett Kirk, just to name a couple. You're being silly. Stop saying that. But Charlie is a guy who has really, really good hands. Likes to stop his opponent, and 102k, we only really need him to play 5 games in a row, and he's going to earn that coin for us really, really quickly. So keep an eye out for Charlie Dean. On to the midfield now, and this man does have new team syndrome. So I talked about Jordan Dawson's new team syndrome having me a bit on the edge, but this man left a really good team. I know Dawson did as well, but I'm going to stop talking about Jordan Dawson right now. This man left a really good team for more opportunity. Collingwood have promised him more opportunity. He's bonkers value, and as far as I'm concerned, Taylor Adams should not be starting in any team. This man might, if you're looking for value. Pat Lipinski took the genuine piss at VFL level. The Bulldogs midfield is just massive, fantastic depth, and don't mistake this. The Bulldogs wanted him to stay and put a 3-year deal on the table. He was right there. Collingwood have got some aging midfielders. Lipinski slides straight into that spot. He's going to be a draft nugget for sure, But there is a real argument to say that in Classic, he is a genuine option. If you don't trust Matty Rowell, but you've got the cash to get a 360-odd K player, Lipinski's next cab off the rank by miles, and there's no reason why he can't average 90 for the year and be a stepping stone to an Uber Premium. He had the most SuperCoach points by anyone in the NAB League. He probably is the first or second best player in the draft as it stands now. Collingwood got him a pick 4, which saves us some coin when it comes to SuperCoach Classic, but I am keeping Nick Dacos on the watch list for the pure reason of we need to see the Victorian kids train the house down before we can absolutely, certainly put them in our teams. At 190k, you need a definite he's starting round 1, but as soon as that happens, he's in the side. So this isn't a watch as a, not really sure, I need to see a lot. We only need to see a little bit with Nick, and he's straight in there. The kid is a gun. Don't expect him to start as a midfielder. He's going to start as a half-forward flanker and work his way into that midfield, but like I said, the best ability for a rookie is availability, so if he's named, he's going to be in a lot of teams. So, a little bit of a story around the no chance. He had his lowest average for a year since 2007, and that's insane to me because in 2007, I was in grade 5 of primary school, and I am now 7 years removed from school. Scott Pendlebury is still no chance, though. I think he goes to a halfback flank or a wing. Probably more halfback this year. I think he takes up that Dyson Heppel, beautiful user, doesn't really defend but can set up attacking thrusts, which means he's going to score okay, and I do think he's going to score more than his average, but I don't think he's going to get that 20 more points in order to go back to Uber Premium status and justify his selection at that price. Now, that's just me. I have seen a couple of teams on the SuperCoach page that I moderate on Facebook that do have Pendles, which really intrigues me, but for me, I'm going nowhere near him at all. I think there are better options that can average better around his price and even a little bit cheaper. So it's a no from me, but Pendles, what a superstar, what a champion. Has senior experience, fell in the draft, so he's bloody cheap. I like it. Arlo Draper is the cash cow for the Collingwood midfield, and I haven't seen a lot of arguments against why he'd play round 1. There are spots in that Collingwood best 22 team that are nowhere near filled yet. Arlo is a little bit of an X-factor player. I do see him as a midfielder forward type first, which we know what that means. He'll start in the forward line, as we know, but he's tough. He is coming off an AC joint injury, but all reports are that post-Christmas, which is the period that we're in now, that he's going to be fully fit. So if he is named for round 1, he's not going to be hindered or anything like that. I think he's a really good player and a steal in the draft as well. The Pies are on to a winner. Arlo Draper's currently on my bench in my classic team, and until I know he's not playing in round 1, he's going to stay there. He could be one of the cash cows for the season. Really looking forward to seeing what this kid can produce. Well, the ruck situation, there's only one ruck to talk about, but I predict he's going to be the R1 for 2022. Of course, it's Brodie Grundy. I don't know why I made you wait. The suspense was killing no one. I think he's going to be the R1 because new coach, I think senior players work better with a new voice. I think you're going to be lighter, you're going to be freer, you're going to be able to express yourself a bit more. You've got a clean slate. Young coach as well. Craig McRae hasn't coached an AFL team before, so you're going to be able to be more you, because if we're being honest, Craig McRae needs to worry more about the youngsters than he does the senior guys, because the senior guys are going to have that level of professionalism, whereas McRae's got a really good junior development background anyway. He needs to continue to do that with these youngsters so the Pies don't stay down the bottom of the ladder for too long. Now, as non-Collingwood fans, I am one of them. I really don't mind if Collingwood are down the bottom of the ladder, so I don't know how that's going to go, but Grundy is probably going to win Collingwood's best and fairest, in my opinion. I think he's going to be the R1. This man could genuinely average 125, 130 and take the piss every single week. If you're not starting Grundy, good luck to you, and I might be wrong, but I feel pretty confident in saying he's going to be the best ruck in SuperCoach Classic in 2022. Let's go with the forward line. Now, if Nathan Buckley was still coach, this man would be genuinely in the no chance. But like I said, with a new coach, he's going to lean on his veterans, and there might be a spike in his average. But Steele Sidebottom kind of fits in that. He's not quite a mid-pricer. He's a bit more expensive than a mid-pricer, but he's a better player than what his price is. But can he be a better SuperCoach player than his price is? That is the question. He's the best choice for a Collingwood forward because they have got some real stinkers, if we're being honest, for the rest of the forward line. But Steele has done it before. So you do get a few points there. And you've got the new coach. Veterans have got to stand up. I think he's that kind of professional player that can do it. So keep an eye on Steele's side bottom. But the forward line for Collingwood is a bit He's got the defender forward status. So keep an eye on Will Kelly because this man is loved by Collingwood. His body just hates him at the moment. So if he can get through a full preseason at 123k, he's going to slot into your team. Whether you go one line, the defender or the forward, and have another def forward who might start, keep an eye out because there are a couple that I want to talk about throughout the series. He's a guy that can find the footy a little bit. He did have some decent VFL form, but he is a good goal kicker. And apparently is training with the defenders as well. So he does have the dual threat, and he's a defender forward that has trained with the defenders and the forwards for a pretty good significant period of time. I think he's one of those guys that is going to sneak up on us a little bit. So keep an eye on him. It's why he's on the watch list. I don't have a lot of team rules when it comes to the SuperCoach team, but I am invoking a no dickhead policy, and this guy is that in spades for reasons I don't really need to get into, and I'm not going to really talk about it, but Jordan De Goey is no chance to be anywhere near my team. Let's move on. So Josh Thomas departed. Jamie Elliott's body has been a bit unreliable in the recent past. So when Collingwood drafted Cooper Murley, I stood up and took notice. The young South Australian looks like a genuine jet, and I know that he did play some midfield time last season, but like we said, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, I do apologise for repeating myself, he's going to start forward, and when he's dangerous around the goals, you're not going to lead a lot of disposals from him. Don't count his disposals. He'll make his disposals count. He's also got the DPP. Works really well for rookies. So if he starts, have him in contention because you can have him midfield, you can have him forward, and it brings you a lot of flexibility, especially since a lot of the Uber premiums for the forward line are also forward mids as well. Really helps you out a lot. So Cooper Murley is the best cash cow for the Pies, in my opinion. So for Daz's final word, Collingwood actually have the most features in my classic team as I had a look before I started recording. So I've got Crisp and Grundy, and they're auto starters. They're staying there until they do a knee, right? And fingers crossed, knock on wood, they don't. But they're going to stay in the team. But I've also got Charlie Dean, Arlo Draper, and Cooper Murley in my team as it sits right now, and I want to keep an eye on those fellas. If Nick Dacos is named round one, he kind of has to be in your team. I know you're paying $400,000 for Horn Francis and Dacos together, but you can't complain with rookie prices in SuperCoach Classic. Structure your team around your rookies. Don't structure your team around your premiums, and you should be all right. Best ability is availability, and I cannot wait to see what these Collingwood youngsters can do. So that's it, guys. All done. The Collingwood preview done and dusted. On Wednesday, the Essendon preview drops, which I can't wait for. Fremantle drops on Friday. A non-SuperCoach video should be coming on Sunday. If it doesn't come out, I do apologise, but keep an eye out for that. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that like button. Helps a lot. Makes more people watch it, which is always fantastic. Stay safe, guys. Hope you are well. Hope 2022 has started magnificently for you. I will see you in the next preview. You are all superstars. Love you so much. See you in the next one. Goodbye.